So my name is Steven Scott. I am the owner of Travel Hub 365, and I have been operating the company now for 9.5 years. I am based out of Chicago, and we are a company that the industry, but also help our consumers to think in a different way about how they approach planning their travel. And the funny thing is helping customers think about booking travel in a different way is actually how we all want them to think. It's about using a travel advisor. And doing that is truly the path and the plan of what we want to do. So I'll talk through a little bit today about how we can change our mindset or change your mindset on how you go about meeting your goals and growing your business and getting your customers to actually work for you in a way. So I'm a former Royal Caribbean strategic account manager. I was there from 2009 to 2015. And I started in the headquarters office. I was hired by Ken Muscat, who a few of you have heard. And I was promoted by Vicky Freed. I am truly thankful for the support they have given me to enter into the cruise industry and learn as much as I can and grow. Prior to working at Royal Caribbean, I was in global sales with United Airlines, supporting corporate clients throughout Chicago and parts of the Midwest. My background is a mixture of corporate sales, leisure sales, and just supporting travel advisors. It's almost like you taught me how to become you. I said, you know what? I love the people I'm interacting with, and I think this actually might be the path I need to take. So in 2015, I decided to leave my high-paying job at Royal Caribbean to start my own business. And the very first day, I had a notepad, a pen, and a phone, and I got started. And as of now, we are 60% of our business is corporate sales. We handle the Columbus Blue Jackets NHL hockey team. We are supporting every student group that goes into Carnegie Hall. We are handling probably a dozen celebrities that do entertainment venues and activities around the world. And I could keep going. But the other 40% is leisure travel. I'm a virtuoso advisor with the Global Travel Collection, which leads up to Internova. And we are continuing to grow, add new team members, add new clients. But it's a plan, it's a path. It's not by accident. We work very hard to grow our business and take care of our clients. But it's a growth mindset. All of us involved with the business are working very hard to grow the company. And it's not just simply these folks take bookings, these people do sales. We're all involved with that mindset. In addition to my background as well, currently I am the co-chair for the Black Travel Advisory Board with North Star Travel Group. So we work very closely with Bob and Mary Pat and many more here at North Star to help them to really focus the industry on ensuring that there are more people like me in the industry and more people like me showcased throughout all of the media, all of the different events, all of the different activities that they do. And so we're going on 3 years now as well. And then recently, MSC Cruises just announced that they actually are working on diversity initiatives as well. And I am now a part of that board representing all of us, actually globally. And then lastly, the Odyssey Travel app we just built just won a Magellan Award with Travel Weekly. So we are working very hard. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's focus on our growth mindset. I believe that everyone in this room, if you came here, you're trying to take yourself and your business from wherever you are to the next step. Some of us are producing multi-million-dollar businesses. Some of us are top of our host agencies trying to help others. And then there are others who you are an independent person and you are trying to grow your business. So we're all starting from different points. We're all starting from different levels. And we've got to figure out, how do we build that growth mindset? So in this very short amount of time, I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of just some steps you can take to figure out where you are and where you're going to go. And then I'm going to lead us into the importance of repeat and referral bookings. I cannot take credit for that portion. That is Ken Muscat. When we worked at Royal Caribbean, he was all about repeat and referral business. And I truly didn't recognize the power of what that meant until I started my own company. And I started to say, where am I going to get my new customers from? How am I going to do this? Wait a minute. Wait, they're not just going to automatically call me when I tell them I'm a travel agent? We all think that in the beginning, right? Oh, everybody I know is going to call me. That's not necessarily the case. We have to engineer a plan. So let's go through a few different steps here. Let's talk about referral and repeat business. When you start to get very good at getting your customers to talk on your behalf for you, then you are starting to jump and grow your business in a way that becomes its own engine. It's its own power. It's its own way for you to be able to succeed and work a little less harder on trying to advertise, on trying to push out that new social media post, on trying to actually have that big presentation. Because if we can take one person and turn them into 5, turn them into 15, all of a sudden you might actually have another problem. What might be that other problem? Yes, too much business. That's right. But what's important is, we will lead into this, is understanding that there is a way to do this, and there is also a smart way to do this. We don't want every referral, right? You want to be able to qualify your customers, do a fantastic job, get the support from our suppliers to have them do a great job on the trip, and then you have to then assess that customer in that situation again to be able to say, is this the type of acquisition I want to repeat? And that customer that you want to repeat, that type of business you want to repeat, you've got to work towards ensuring that they know that repeat and referral business is incredibly important to you. And not every customer knows that. Sometimes they're hopping around from advisor to online, to direct, back to the advisor. They're doing all of these different things because to them, that trip they booked with you was a year ago. It was 2 years ago. It was 5 years ago. And they don't understand how your business is going. They just assume you're okay. They assume that you're still there, I'll come back to you, but you've got to be able to engineer how you do that. So the trust and loyalty part is very important. You've got to build that trust in them from the beginning, all the way through the sale and post-sale. And the loyalty will start to build from that point. So repeat bookings from referrals can propel your business. Let's talk about this growth mindset, and then we will circle back to referrals and our customers. So a growth mindset, really, it's a holistic approach to how you address your business and how you address yourself. What you are doing to embrace challenges, to view failure, and to take off from that point. You should be able to set goals for yourself, understand that you're going to have issues and problems along the way, but know that you're going to succeed because you're going to work hard at it. And that means believing that the intelligence you're going to gain is going to be something that will help you reach your goal. And so, as you can see, we've got kind of two sides to the spectrum. Obviously, it's easy to understand. You've got the negative side of things. You've got the positive side of things. Setting goals for yourself to achieve greater heights, to achieve more customers, to achieve greater sales, to do all of these things that all of these amazing sales executives from all these cruise lines have been talking about for the last couple of days. They all talk to us and say, hey, this is the best cruise line for this. This is the best cruise line for that. My yacht is amazing. You've got to see it. Okay, all right. We understand that there's product out there. Now you've got to be able to set your goal, have the correct mindset, And whatever product is out there, whatever goal you want to achieve with your customers, with your business, you've got to have the right mindset to push forward. And so the right things to say is that mistakes help me learn. Is this the best thing for my work? I won't give up. I improve with practice, and feedback is valuable. This has to be a part of your conversation with yourself on a daily basis. It has to be a part of the conversation you have with your group leaders. You have to transition the superpower in you of not giving up into people that will then refer business to you. Sometimes people are afraid to ask their friends and family to use you. It sounds absurd, but we all know it's happening. They love you to death, but they're a little scared. Maybe I won't tell Susie that I have this great travel advisor over here. Just too scared to have the conversation. You have to put her into that mindset that we can do this. This is something you can do. Yes, let's refer Susie to my travel agent. Don't be afraid. We can do it. Now, some things that aren't going to help you are settling, determining that you already know how to do something, determining that you have already reached your goal, you're good, you're set, or that understanding that I just can't do this. You have to understand where you are in your thought process and figure out, how do I get myself into a positive mindset to push forward so that I can start helping my customers to help me to grow our business. So let's start talking about the basic structures of building a growth mindset. Identifying your inner voice. That means determining where you are. What is your thought process? Am I afraid to take on this new challenge? Am I afraid to ask for something more? Or are you going to say to yourself, this is a new challenge, but it's going to help me reach my goal? Is this new thing I want to do something that is positive, is going to help our business? Then let me take that chance. And that's where you've got to start. You've got to identify what are the things inside of you that are holding you back. Is working on a large group for Royal Caribbean going to be something that you feel challenged by? Yes. Is it going to be something you learn from? Yes. Is it also going to be something that the group may only be 16 cabins this time? But you know what? You're going to learn. And it's going to be 50 cabins the next time. There's going to be challenges. It's going to be pitfalls. But you know that you're going to learn from that. And understanding where you are will get you to where you'll be. So you've got to also acknowledge your choice. You, and you alone, have the ability to understand if you want to take that next step. Taking that next step could be anything. Can someone in the room give me a goal of yours that you have now that you've come to CruiseWorld and heard all these amazing presentations? Who has a goal? Yes. You want to become $1 million business. Excellent. In the next 3 years. Excellent. There you go. Not only did she give the goal, she gave a time frame. That's important, right? Many of us know there's got to be a time frame attached to that goal. No pressure, but who's next? Who else has a goal? Yes.
I'm going to define my niche better.
Excellent.
Instead of being too broad, focus on what I like to book and what I know best.
Excellent. All right. She is going to define her niche. And how long until you have made that?
Oh, they still
All right. All right. How about the next time we see you? Anyone else know her in the room? We all know her, right? Yes. I've met you before. Don't worry. I'll remember you. Next time I see you, let me know. All right. Who else has a goal now that they've been to CruiseWorld? Yes. Excellent. Learning AI better. Wonderful. I love that because we've heard a couple different presentations about AI. Okay? We're getting to that point now, right? years ago. So my mother was a travel advisor back in the 80s, and she worked for Cross and Wagon League Travel. When I was, yes. So I'm from Chicago, so she did her exams and everything in Oak Brook, Illinois. And I was a little boy laying on the bed helping my mother do flashcards of the airport codes. So by time she was done and learned what she needed to, I knew it too. And even to this day, those are the only moments in time where I could tell my mom, no, you're wrong, Mom. And that actually helped me get my job at United Airlines. Segue. I was in the interview at United Airlines, my first industry job, travel industry job. And I was interviewing for a position that they already had multiple internal candidates, but I was lucky enough to get into the interview because I worked for the consulting company that they also had working on various projects. I thought the interview was going great. But then I started to figure out that, this is starting to wind down kind of quickly. And I jumped out of the blue and I said, I know all the airport codes. She sat back. She's like, what? I said, I know the airport codes. And before she could say another word, I believed in myself. And I started just going off with every single airport code I could find. I mean, I don't know if I got to Dallas, okay? To Dallas, Fort Worth, right? I don't know if I got there, but she stopped me. She's like, oh, okay, hold on, okay. She's like, how do you know this? And I gave her the same story for her as well. But I made a choice at that moment in time that this may fail, but I'm going to do it, right? I have been that way for years. So I had to acknowledge a choice at that point that, you know what, if I don't do this now, if I don't make a choice, if I don't start and act, I'm not going to get this. I want you to believe in yourself as well and push forward when those moments come. Now that you've realized where you are and you've made the choice that you're going to succeed at this goal, you've made the choice that you're going to start selling that new cruise line that looks like everything your customer wants, or that cruise line that you don't have any customers for. There are a couple cruise lines up there. I even say to myself, okay, all right, I would love to sell that, but I don't think I have anybody for that, but I'm going to figure it out. When you say to yourself, but I'm going to figure it out, that is the language I would love for you to have. I'm going to figure it out. Because you've set your goal, you've acknowledged that you're going to succeed, and you've already figured out where you are. So now you've got to change how you determine to yourself and how you talk to yourself about what you're going to do, how you're going to succeed, how you're going to make that next step. Seeking out new challenges is really what I was just talking about. What is that cruise line that you just saw yesterday or this morning? I should say this morning because Ken was up on stage this morning, so I'm going to make sure I talk about scenic, right? But what is that new challenge? Is that new challenge that you're going to start that learning course, that certification that you've always wanted? Is that challenge or that goal that you're going to go back and you're going to sign up for ASTA? You're going to start participating in events that are important to not only the industry, but to yourself. You're going to start seeking out new challenges that are going to affect your goal in a positive way. You may not find it right away, but there are people all around you, sitting right next to you, that may have the answer, may help you to seek out that new challenge to help you to reach your goal. And seeking out support is actually very easy. It won't feel like it when we go back home. We're going to be, okay, I'll be in my pajamas when I get back to my desk, but we no longer have the ability to just go back to the office and talk together at the coffee machine. A lot of us are at home now. So now we've got to figure out, how do we seek out support? Seeking out support may not be your immediate friends and family, because they're not on the same path as you. The people that are on the same path as you are people like us at CruiseWorld, people at GTM West, people at Virtuoso, your business development managers, your strategic account managers, they are literally here to help you to reach the goals that you're trying to reach. And if you are not having that conversation with the people aligned to your goal, then you are not seeking out the correct support that you need to succeed. My most recent example of not necessarily not believing in myself, but not talking about what my business is and what we have achieved was just a few weeks ago. I was in Saint-Tropez at an event for meeting planners, and that event, I was kind of being nice. I said to people, oh, I'm a luxury travel advisor based out of Chicago, and we do sports travel, we do entertainment, we book cruises. The head person of the event came to me, and she said, Stephen, will you tell these people who you are? And I said, well, I'm just trying to be nice. She's like, no. I didn't bring you here to be nice. I didn't know that the gentleman I was talking to was technically the former Prime Minister of Monaco. You don't normally get another shot with people like that. But luckily enough, she was there to support me, to tell me, don't worry, you have another chance. You're actually sitting next to him for dinner. I'm now working on his next family trip. So, thankfully, I had someone around me that said, Stephen, step it up. Okay? I know you have it. What's your goal? Your goal is to grow your business. And you're in that moment right now. And so I had somebody. So seeking out support is going to be from people in the industry, people that are giving you opportunities, and it's also going to be people who are kind of waiting in the wings to help you. All right, so here's a big piece. Let go of others' approval and disapproval. A lot of times people will say, hey, don't listen to people who are negative. You also have to be careful of people who give you approval all the time. If someone is constantly telling you, oh, you're doing great, 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 it's an echo chamber. That echo chamber may actually slow you down from trying to improve yourself, from trying to take new chances, from trying to do things a little bit differently to grow your business. Meanwhile, there is a piece of you in your mind that knows, I love the approval, and I need the approval, so maybe I should listen to the approval. You know what? I'm not going to hurt you for listening to approval. But I also want you to say to yourself, I am all the approval I need. I am going to succeed. I am going to be the greatest I can be. You do not need the approval or disapproval from anyone else to move forward to your goal. You want to shift the thought process of failing to learning. You want to say to yourself, this is a learning opportunity. It's not a failure. You're going to have multiple learning opportunities as you go down the path of reaching your goal. Don't say to yourself, I'm going to continue to fail. I know we hear that a lot. Oh, keep failing until you succeed. Keep learning until you succeed. Take action. What are the steps you're going to take to reach your goal? Write them down. Put them on sticky notes. Mark them off. Give them dates. Give them times. And take action. If you are sitting there looking at all of your action steps and you haven't started to get rid of them because you've been doing them, you got to go back and you got to start pulling those things off. Start to say, am I reaching my goals? What do I need to do to achieve the smaller goals that reach the further goals? Now, here's that next step. How do we take this growth mindset that you are building and transition it to your customers? Your group leaders need to be as excited about your business as you are. And if you can transition this superpower you have gained to be able to say, I can do this, we can do this, we can start getting more of your people to come with my people to do what we want to do, you have now shifted that growth mindset into the powerful people that are helping you to grow your business. So it's not simply about you. It's also about transitioning that superpower into your group leaders, because your group leaders should also have a growth mindset. They should feel that you can be successful, that we can be successful, and we can grow our business together. So are you inspiring your customers? Are you inspiring them not only to travel, but are you inspiring your customers to work with you? Are you inspiring them to talk to others, to feel positive about working with you, talking with you, and helping you to achieve your goals in a way that helps them as well? Your growth mindset should be intertwined in everything you do, whether it be in your emails, your signature line. Try to have something in there that is focused on positivity that gets you to where you want to go. Your messaging is important. Be positive. Showcase your goals to anyone that will listen. If your host agency is someone you haven't spoken to in a while, they need to know you are in a growth mindset. If your customers haven't heard from you in a while, they need to hear from you. They need to know you are in a growth mindset, and they can help you. Walk your customers through the same steps that we have. Determine, are they maybe taking a trip, or are they excited about taking a trip? What steps are your customers taking to go from maybe taking a trip to having a goal of saying, I'm going to take a trip on a safari in 2 years in Kenya? There are goals, there are times, there are things you can do to walk your customers from the path of not knowing to being excited about where they want to go. Have that conversation with your referrals. Tell the story of your successes. Talk about yourself and the amazing things you've done, because those amazing things you've done will transition into those customers being excited to talk about you. If they are talking to other people about you, you've hit the first step. The second step is give them a reason to talk about you and talk about the exciting things that you do and how you have helped them along the way. By doing these various things, by creating a growth mindset, you will maximize your bookings. You will continue to grow your business through referrals because you have changed your mindset, you have changed your customer's mindset, and you have started to ingest referrals that are the type of business that you want. Create your own referral program. AI can help you do that. Just ask it for a plan and see what you can do. Communicate to your customers and network that depend on referrals as well. Let them know you depend on referrals and customers don't just fall out of the air. And as I've mentioned, having a growth mindset is a superpower. If you have a growth mindset, you have something that many other people don't have. It's a confidence, it's a strategy, it's a superpower that you need to wield and create for yourself. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. The QR code is for my LinkedIn, and if you'd like to take a picture, I am always available if any of you would like to talk.